Believe it or not, there is a right way and a wrong way to lose when it comes to trading. And when the inevitable loss does come, or the inevitable strings of losses comes, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, how do you actually lose the right way? I was initially just planning on making a video about how to lose the right way when it comes to trading. But I feel as though with the current experiences I'm going through right now, it will add a lot more substance and context to this video in regards to what's the proper solution of how to lose the right way when it comes to trading. So on my Instagram, I've been talking to my followers about the current experiences that I'm going through in terms of my own trading and what I do in my own trading journey, how I employ the things that I talk about in these videos within my own trading. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you should. I think you'll find a lot of good value on there, and you can also see what I get up to in terms of my own trading and how I do things, in my opinion, the right way, there and then, instantaneously. So right now, just to put it plain and simple, I'm going through a losing streak with my own trading. Now, a lot of people don't understand, or they've probably not experienced yet, what it's like to go through losing and going through tough periods of drawdown. So this is what I'm going to try and shed some light on in this video. Now, being able to first weather the storm of going through losing trades back to back and going through big drawdown periods, in the initial times when you first go through it for the first time, that you're going to feel very negative in yourself, and you're going to start allowing incoming thoughts and doubts into your mind, right? Now, when I was going through this drawdown period that I'm going through right now, it first made me reflect on earlier on in this year. When I first made this YouTube channel, not too long after that, I also bought a prop firm challenge. And this is where, with my first challenge, where I went through significant drawdown periods. I went through 2 significant drawdown periods. And it really made me reflect on those, because it made me think how much progress I actually made thereon after those periods, because clearly it showed that I wasn't that ready to go into live trading yet, but I feel as though it was actually necessary for me to do that in order to experience what it's really like to go through the storm of having multiple losers back to back, right? Now, this is my second prop firm account, but not because I'd blown the first one, but it was because the company went down. So me and a lot of other people probably lost their live accounts, payouts, things like that. But for me, I was still in a challenge phase, so I didn't lose out on that much insignificant in comparison to other people. But I then went on to buying another account, and then I just kind of took a 2-week break in just before summer. Now, after this break was when I made the most progress in the whole 2.5 years that I've been doing trading actively now, and it's definitely where I made the most progress. Now, coming up to now, where I'm in with my trading, I just know that from past experiences, these moments are really they're just insignificant. Now, for a lot of new traders out there, you're probably going through drawdown periods or losing periods, but you're basically allowing it to affect your mental endurance and your mental strength, right? But you have to understand that this is what you have to go through in the early stages, right? Now, if you're someone who goes very aggressive when it comes to their trading and you're blowing multiple accounts over and over again, then you've got an inherent issue with yourself, right? I'm just going to tell it to you like plain and simple. Like, if you're if you're going very aggressive on accounts and you're blowing them multiple times, like I see on random TikToks that come up on my feed or Instagrams, people in the comment section saying that, oh, I've blown 20 accounts, I've blown 15 accounts. And I'm just thinking, how are you blowing this many accounts? Surely after the second or third one, you'd learn something about your trading and what's going on. But clearly it shows that people don't really have the discipline with their risk management, because that's ultimately what trading comes down to. It's if you actually have a profitable edge, which you can define statistically, you can measure it, and risk management you can also define and measure statistically. So how to lose the right way. Now, when it comes to losing, it really comes down to how you react after you take the loss, because those initial steps that you take after losing is actually the most significant. It's not about what you do afterwards when the damage has been done. It's about how you make sure your trajectory is still in the right direction, even after you've gone over a speed bump. You're just making sure that your steering wheel is still straight after you've hit a pothole, So this is what we have to look into, the initial stages of when taking a loss. Now, after with experience, you'll eventually numb yourself into how you react to taking losses. But in the early stages, you have to really build this strength, which is what I'm going to talk about now. So as soon as you take a loss, immediately what you should be doing is getting away from the charts. Now, you've probably heard this everywhere else, because it's true. Like, you have to be getting away from the charts. Like, literally go somewhere else, go for a walk, do something else, because you staying on the charts after you take a loss, you're inviting yourself the opportunity to want to take another trade, take a revenge trade, over leverage, and potentially put yourself in dig yourself a bigger hole and jumping in it, right? So that's the first thing you should be doing, getting away from the charts. And you don't want to return to the charts for a significant amount of time. Now, some people would say, yeah, you need to start journaling now. This is the best time to journal. But I actually disagree. You have to let some time pass until you want to journal. So after you take the loss and you've moved away from the charts, go do something. And during this time of when you take time away from the charts, you're going to have a lot of incoming thoughts, right? Incoming doubts about your trading. This is where the devil just starts speaking to you. And if you want to name it like that, you got the evil voice in your head. You just have to learn to ignore it. Just erase any doubts. Give yourself positive affirmation if you want to. Say that you are a profitable trader. It's just a lesson that has to be learned. Now, after some time has passed and your kind of mind is calmed down, because when you take the loss initially, you're going to be in a very volatile emotional state, right? And so you have to let some time pass for you to stabilize yourself again, become just to calm down, essentially. And at the point where the charts, when the markets has closed, or when there's a time when you don't usually trade, and you've taken a lot of time to just calm down, then this is when you want to do journaling. The reason why I say you don't want to do journaling earlier on, as soon as you take the loss, is because you don't want to pour all of that. You don't want to pour all of this negativity and frustration into your journal, because you have to understand that your holy grail when it comes to trading is your journal. This is what literally is reflecting in you what you need to improve on. But if you feed in negativity and frustration into your journal, when you read that back to yourself, you're inviting that negativity and that energy to be brought back onto yourself. So I don't know if you guys have seen Kung Fu Panda. I think it's in the first one where he's fighting the grey cat at the end. But essentially, that he opens a scroll, and basically the holy grail, or the secret move, whatever it is that they're trying to fight for. He opens it and there's nothing in it. It's just a mirror. It's just a reflective sheet, and it's like there's nothing here. And what that basically symbolizes is that the secret or the holy grail is within your journal, which is reflecting yourself. And so your attitude when it comes to your journaling is really, really important, because if you feed negativity in there, you're asking to receive negativity back when you reflect on it, because that's what reflection is. You're reading back what it is that you're pouring in there in the first place. So that's essentially how you should be taking a loss when it comes to trading. And this is what I've been doing for the vast majority of my own trading journey, because I did make a video earlier on in the year talking about my first periods of drawdown, and I'd like to say I took it well, but obviously it doesn't feel nice in the initial stages. I'll leave a link to that video. It's quite an old one when I first made my channel, but it's me basically talking about my thoughts and how to kind of prevent more losing trades. The last and final thing I just wanted to say is, as I mentioned at the start, you have to just numb yourself and just desensitize your mind to seeing losses. Because if you're someone who tends to go on tilt or gets annoyed or revenge trades, you're very much an emotional, immature person. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm not trying to say you're an immature person. I'm saying you're emotionally unintelligent, which means you're allowing your emotions to control your actions. And when that happens, a lot of dangerous things happen. If we want to talk about it in real life, outside of trading, when guys especially are using their emotions to fuel their actions, they're not using their actual brain or intelligence, they can do a lot of bad things. Now, I'm not going to mention things, but I'm just going to say a lot of crime-driven things. So, controlling your emotions, having emotional intelligence when it comes to trading is very, very important. It's something you have to really you just have to learn to numb yourself and get used to situations like these, because it's going to happen inevitably. And if you don't choose to not think that losing is not going to happen, then you're already setting yourself off on a bad foot when it comes to trading. You're already not built for it if you're saying that you're going to prevent losing trades from happening. There are things you can do to smooth your equity curve from having massive steep drop-offs. That's something you can do, and that's called risk management and money management. But when the losing trades do inevitably happen and the drawdown periods do inevitably happen, how you react from them is what's going to keep you on the trajectory towards getting results. This is literally what a consistently profitable trader means. It's being consistent means that you're not going to always win. You're going to have periods of losses. You're going to have a loss here and there spread out within those. But for the majority of the time, you're going to be having winners. But it's in those losses periods which, if you let yourself go off track, then it's going to affect the future wins, right? So you don't want to limit your growth when it comes to your choices after taking a loss, because I don't think people realize what the long-term game is when it comes to trading and how your actions right now affect your future results. It might not impact it physically, directly in the moment, in front of your eyes, but in your subconscious, it will affect it in many ways. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. As I said before, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, then I'll leave a link to that in the description below. If you want to see what I get onto in terms of my own trading and how I employ these things that I talk about in my videos into my own trading. I'll also leave a link to the video that I mentioned before, my first losing video that I spoke about in the start of the year. And if you just enjoy transparent videos like this with good value, then leave a like on the video and also leave a comment letting me know about your own losing periods and drawdown periods and how you're able to come back from them, if you have come back from them, and if you resonate with what I'm saying in terms of how to take losing trades in the right way. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay blessed, and thanks for watching.